Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your Cairns Real Estate Market Update and welcome to August. The theme of this month is stability. It's a reoccurring theme that we have seen across the board and it is fantastic. We love stability. The reoccurring theme that we're seeing, so open home numbers, they have stabilized. We're seeing an average of around 6.5 buyers through every open for inspection. This is terrific. Anything sub 5, I believe, is low. 8 to 10 is very, very active, so it's very healthy at the moment at roughly 6.5 buyers through every single open for inspection. This has been reflected in the general market sentiment overall, which is we are moving into a healthier, a bit more of a stable market. We're not looking at having any massive runaway gains. Also, it doesn't look like we're going to fall off a cliff or anything like that, which is of course really good news. Stock levels holding very steady, very stable, roughly 650 properties available within the Cairns region. This is really, really good. Rental market, you have experienced a very minor pullback in overall prices. This is due to affordability ratios and ceilings. Importantly, tenants must have their rental amount cannot be more than 33% of their income. So there's always going to be some kind of affordability ceiling, and this is always linked to wage growth as well. So vacancy rates, though, are holding very, very strong at 0.6%. For those that don't know, an average rental market, what's deemed to be a healthy or a balanced rental market, is a vacancy rate of 3%. Cairns historically has had a vacancy rate of 1% or lower for quite a number of years. So we've always had a very tight rental market and it's just been exacerbated over time. So still getting really good yields there, of course. Really important on the rental front, if we zoom out and have a bit more of a more detailed look at where is the stock and where is there vacuums in the market. There's currently only 42 apartments available in the big 4 apartment markets. That is Cairns City, Cairns North, Parramatta Park and Westcourt. These suburbs only have 30% of the total apartment availability in the Cairns region, but importantly, they actually hold a vast majority of the total apartments in the region. So what we're seeing there is outsized demand for that supply. So really, really good if you are an investor or looking to invest in those areas. You will always see outsized demand compared to the supply. So very important. Also, there's been a very marginal increase in new building approvals, whilst they are still remaining about 31% lower than the 2022 levels. There's also a few developers that I'm speaking with that are starting to kick around and decide to do some future residential apartment developments in and around those big 4 suburbs. So watch this space. That'll be very interesting to see, and also shows great confidence from the building sector if they do actually greenlight those projects. So time will tell as to where that leads. As we take a step back though, zoom out a little bit and have a look nationally, because it affects us all, of course. Interest rates have remained unchanged. Investors though are a little bit more still hesitant to jump straight back in. This is due to some concerns due to some potential recessions in the USA. I'm sure we've heard about those overnight losses to the stock market. So a lot of investors are taking a wait and see approach despite having quite a number of unchanged interest rate decisions from the RBA. One of those things though is when the investors start to come back, they all start to come back quickly. So it's almost better to be ahead of the pack. If you are looking to invest no time like the present, may as well jump in now before you've got a whole lot of competition at your heels. Annual reported inflation reportedly fell by 0.1% down to 3.9%. This is still above, of course, the RBA's target of 3%, but inflation's moving in the right direction, which is really, really good. Finally, we've got a bit more clarity as well in regards to interest rate cuts. I know the powers that be have been talking about these interest rate cuts for, it feels like forever, but finally it feels and it seems as if they're all singing a very similar narrative and they all seem a lot more confident on their predictions, with the big 4 banks and most industry experts all agreeing that we will see some rate cuts in the short term, likely towards the start of 2025. I believe CBA is the bull out of all of those, forecasting that perhaps November we'll see the very first rate cut. Some of those are predicting up to 5 successive rate cuts, so that will be very, very interesting. Of course, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to paying a little bit less on my mortgage. Buyers, we're looking forward to that as well because they'll have access to more funds. But food for thought and something for us to keep in mind. It's not often, if not ever, they ever reduce interest rates when the economy is running away and motoring along. So something for us to all keep in mind. That is your Cairns real estate market update for August. I hope there was something interesting in there for you. If you have any questions, if you have any real estate needs, we're always at your service and we'll be thrilled to hear from you. I'm Tim from Toomey Schreiber Property Group, and I wish you all the best.